Have you noticed that the British countryside is full of white people? And I'm sick of it. Everywhere I look, just another honky, just another honky. When I go countryside, I want to see N-word after N-word after N-word. I want to see Somalians here, Moroccans there, Egyptians there. The British countryside will be made into a less white environment under nationwide diversity plans. Officials in rural areas, including the Chilterns, I've got a house there, and the Cotswolds, cracking place, have pledged to attract more minorities. Pledged. We're going to do it. Don't worry, we've got a pledge. The plans follow DEFRA's commissioned report that claimed the countryside would become irrelevant in a multicultural society as it was a white environment principally enjoyed by the white middle class. Do you know what they're doing? They're trying to shut down them farmer protests because there's a good agricultural movement coming up out of the UK right now. The farmers who've had enough of all these top-down edicts out of the EU. You've got to use this fertiliser. You can't use that fuel. Sit down. Call that a sheep. Your cow farts are ruining our country. The farmers are fighting back. And when farmers fight back, it's serious gear because they'll go down Parliament and sort of spray shit everywhere. It's amazing because they've got good kit, haven't they? They can block roads easy, spray manure. I love these farmers, man. I love farmers. Say no to Starmer. That's basically the message. Metropolitan areas like to impose control over rural people. It's a way of ensuring that centralisation infuses every area of cultural and public life. And what they've worked out is, people in the countryside, they're just cracking on, getting on with their own lives. Now, I'm very sensitive to class politics. I don't like concentration of wealth and power in small pockets, particularly when it's not representative of our work. It's representative of sometimes nepotism, sometimes imperialism. It's pretty corrupt, actually. But this is social engineering that we're experiencing now.
It's a lot about the national parks and getting people out there and making national parks for everybody. And one of the problems is dogs. And actually, this isn't just about the fact that a lot of Muslims find dogs very difficult. It is about people who do not know how to control their dogs.
Why do Muslims find dogs difficult?
Because a lot of they don't have dogs as pets.
It's good. It's good stuff. For a long time I lived in London, and I lived in East London, and I'm very sympathetic to the challenges faced by Muslim people, and I think that it is possible for people of different cultural and racial identities to live harmoniously together. But I don't think the way to do that is by annihilating the rights and identity of the native people, especially and particularly if those people are the British, because that's the tribe I'm from.
It can feel quite exclusive. The reason why is because these individuals share the same culture, same values, which includes food, language, music, etiquette, manners, hobbies, etc. So when someone new comes along, that's different. They can end up standing out like a sore thumb. They can end up not potentially fitting in. And then they also have to contend with the racial prejudice that kind of lies within that area. So there's that interesting dynamic of not necessarily fitting in because you're different, and then also racial prejudice that we have in this country.
Like if that was a farmer from the countryside saying, hey, we've been pretty racist, we need to like start including them, and like then I'm like, okay, yeah, sure, like they're adjusting their own culture. But when it's a government coming in to adjust their own culture.
In the morning, right, we got up, then we had to look after cows, then we were out in the field, right, we had to get rid of wheat, we had to bale it all up. It took a few hours, it was 5 a.m. Then, like, between 11 and 1, we just focused mostly on racism. We just went out, like, there, and we discriminated against, like, the people of Northern Africa and then the Western African people. Then what we done is we went out and we burned them their Qurans. We went and piled up some Qurans and built them. Oh, it's hard life, working on the farm. Firstly, there's the agricultural work. That take a long time. But a lot of our time is consumed with racism. It's exhausting. My father before me, but that was before combine harvesters, so he's racism. He had to do his racism the old-fashioned way, by hand. But nowadays you can do a lot of your racism with Monsanto. They'll help you plant a genetically engineered racism in the fields, and your racism grow a whole crop, and if any of that racism blows onto neighbouring fields, that racism won't grow out quite as much because it's copyrighted and patented. So we do need the government to get involved, help us to not be so racist, 'cause otherwise we're so stupid being farmers and that we'll probably go much more racist.
Absolutely racist. I mean, it's saying that there is a problem with the countryside because it's traditionally British. Our traditional pubs are a problem, that somehow ethnic minorities feel excluded from these areas. I mean, imagine going to rural China or rural India and complaining that there aren't any white people there. I mean, you'd be carted away to the loony bin, I would imagine.
It's really funny. Better go to rural China. Excuse me. Hey, you lot. Come over here. Come here. I've been looking around at rural China. Everywhere I look, Chinese. Lampshades for fucking hats. What's going on? All the, nah, mate, I ain't having that. I want to see myself some black geezers. I want to see a big, tall, blonde bird. You should be ashamed of yourself, you Chinese.
The English countryside is the English countryside. You know, to paraphrase Basil Fawlty, what do you expect to see there? You know, Sydney Opera House, herds of wildebeest sweeping majestically. You don't expect to see Chinatown there. You don't expect to see, Jamaican steel bands there.
Didn't he, that geezer?
Oh, that's amazing.
Jamaican steel bands.
It's the logical argument that he's saying.
Logical.
Like just wow.
Brilliant.
Jamaican
That's funny,
steel
man.
bands.
We need to call this out for what it is. It is fundamentally racist.
I mean, imagine if you went to Japan and said, few too many Japanese round here, and they look at them, you can't trust them, crafty little devils. Remember the war? They was a cruel people. Bamboo shoots under the fingernails and the Sikhs working as prison guards. You can't fucking trust them. They don't like it up them. If racism's wrong, is wrong on the basis that you shouldn't judge people on the basis of a set of characteristics that are not connected to character, right? As the great Martin Luther King said, judge us not by the colour of our skin, but by the content of our character. That's a universal law. And the very idea that you can make universal statements is under attack now because they want us to believe there is no God but them. By them, I mean these institutions of bureaucratic power who are using technology now to induce and introduce levels of control that are inconceivable. How inconceivable? Well, for example, getting involved in social engineering in the British countryside. Here's what separates speculation from pattern recognition. Gold and silver didn't surge last year by accident. They moved because confidence in the system is thinning, and history has seen this movie already. Debt expands, currency weakens, and people who were told everything was under control suddenly discover it isn't. Venezuela didn't fall apart overnight. It eroded, then collapsed. That's why True Gold Republic exists. Not to sell fear, but to explain reality. True Gold Republic has released a 2026 expert guide that breaks down why gold and silver are rising, what those moves signal heading into 2026, and how physical metals can help restore a measure of financial independence. This is the same conversation True Gold Republic has been having with Americans who don't want guesses, they want strategy. Do you want strategy, not guesses? Get the free 2026 expert guide now at stayfreegold.com or call 800-300-4653. True Gold Republic believes that preparation isn't panic, it's foresight. Are you a prepper? Prepare now. Go to stayfreegold.com or ring the number in the link and description. Stay Free Gold. Preparation ain't panic, baby.
And who is behind this report? So DEFRA wants to make this policy change based upon a report from the Leicester University's Centre for Hate Studies. Now that tells you all you need to know.
Something strange is going on in the UK, but what is it? Is it even a proper country anymore? Is it a capsized nation? I think it's been captured. I think it's a nation under control. I think it's a nation that hates its population and is trying to destroy it. My belief, my prayer for Britain is that it becomes a Christian country, directly controlled by the people, maximum direct digital democracy. Will it always be a diverse country? Of course it will. Should the people there be loved? Should foreigners be welcomed and loved? Of course there will be a variety of cultures in Britain. In any great British city that's controlled by its population, using technology to achieve direct democracy, of course what you want is compassion and love. But what you don't want is compassion in the hands of tyrants used as a tool to control, claiming that they're trying to help some minority somewhere. It's always on behalf of some minority somewhere, isn't it? When they take more power and control. Stay in your houses, take the jab, wear the mask, do as you're told, climate change. Remember, they reverse engineer their authority. They know that they want total control. Control not only of the government state, but of your inner states. They won't rest till they control your very spirit. And as far as I can tell, there's only one way to control and prevent that. And that's why I keep mentioning it. Praise Jesus. Christian country, mass democracy, individual freedom, voluntary coming to Christ. But that's just what I think. Why don't you let me know what you think in the comments and the chat.
Thanks for watching the video. Have a look at this one over here, or join us Monday, Wednesday and Friday on Rumble.